What's good, fellas? Welcome to this presentation. This is how to get back into the dating game after a breakup, okay? Now, I'm gonna literally tell you exactly what I did because I went through this situation. As you know, if you're a man and you've been alive for a good amount of years, you probably experienced this. You know, if you went in a relationship, you got out, and then, oh, fuck, I gotta get back into the dating world, right? So I'm gonna basically tell you, how I went about this and how I got back into a place of abundance with women after being in a monogamous relationship. So I'm just gonna give you the ending of my relationship, the last relationship I was in, and I had a breakup. So the girl I was with, we got to this point in our relationship, where things weren't working out. Basically, the attraction was fizzling out. The sex wasn't that great or whatever anymore. And the relationship was coming to an end, but obviously when you love someone, you still want to kind of hold on. But I knew, I just kind of could tell, like I had this instinct, like, yo, this shit is gonna come to an end no matter what I do. So I remember, like, towards the end of the relationship, I was trying to kind of get things going again, like see if I could hit up some of the girls I was talking to and shit, and they had all moved on, maybe got boyfriends and shit like that. They weren't really trying to talk to me. And I think I went to the club a couple times and I noticed, like, damn, I'm actually like rusty. Like when I met my girlfriend at the time, like I met her during a time where I was like on top of my shit. Like I was killing it in the clubs and my game was like on point. That's how I met her. I met her in a club actually, and I dated her for some time, whatever. But yeah, after being in that relationship for some time, it's like you come out and you're like, fuck, I'm rusty, bro. Like things a little different here. It feels a little weird, you know what I mean? You don't feel as confident because you haven't been in that flow. You've been in the monogamous flow, okay? So it was a little off. It was a little interesting because like I would do the same things that I used to do as far as like how I would act, what I would say, what I would do, and it wasn't working. Like girls weren't really feeling me. And I even found myself like, when I would approach a woman or get in a conversation with her, I found myself talking about the girl that I was about to end it with. Like, it was just like a weird thing. And basically, it just got to a point where, like, I was having like breakdowns in the club. Like, I literally remember in the club, I just started crying. And this is kind of interesting for me to reveal this, but this actually happened. Like, I remember being in a club and I just started crying because like my game wasn't working, my relationship was coming to an end, and I felt like what's going on here? Like I felt like shit. And fast forward, basically that relationship ended. She, the girl kind of just, the attraction just wasn't there on her side. It wasn't there on my side, but me being the kind of guy that I am, like I was trying to fix things and she didn't want to fix it. Like, the attraction just dried up for her. And so, I kind of found out that she was kind of like moving on in a sense of she started talking to other guys and stuff like that. So I was like, okay, this is done. So I blocked her, she blocked me, that kind of thing, and it ended. And I went back into the world of, okay, let's go approach some women and stuff. Shit wasn't working. But I was able to get it working again, and I'll tell you how I did it. My thing is cold approach pickup, okay? The reason I like cold approach pickup is because it allows you to go and make shit happen, okay? Social circle is kind of like, it's iffy because it's limited to a certain amount of people and you got to play that dynamic and you can't really fuck up too much or else you'll fuck up the vibes of the social circle, you know what I mean? So I don't really mess with that. Dating apps, you really got to know how to fix up your profile and all that shit, and that I ain't, that's just not my style, man. I don't want to have to, figure out the algorithm and all that thing. I'm not with that. At least not where I was and where I'm at right now. So I was like, code approach, let's go. So literally what I did, I just made a video about, overcoming the fear of approaching women. I was kind of rusty as far as like my confidence and my grounded masculinity. I just lost my girlfriend, you know what I mean? So I was kind of rocky, kind of shaky. And so I had to build up that confidence again. You know what I mean? So what I did, I put myself through a process of, okay, let's build up that grounded masculinity. You know, so I would go out and I would focus on, let's rewind. Let's rewind. Here's what you have to do. When you get out of a breakup, you have to recreate yourself. You have to reinvent yourself. The old you has to die because that relationship didn't work out. To be honest, like I just had to be honest with myself. I got complacent, bro. That's why she lost attraction for me. I got complacent. I got lazy. Oh, I got a girlfriend. I don't need to grow anymore. I don't need to evolve like that. I'm good. I'm good. And then I paid the consequences for that, okay? I had to reinvent myself. I had to create a new version of Trey, a new beast. A new beast had to be born. A new beast needed to be unleashed. And so I found my purpose. You know, I found a new purpose. Okay, like when I was with that girl, I was doing a certain business and I decided to get out that business. I went into a different business and essentially it was it wasn't a business. I got a cold calling job. I had to recreate myself. I had to do something different, right? So I went and got a cold calling job, and I was doing that, and I was also doing the delivery thing. So not Uber Eats, but I was doing DoorDash and what's it called, Postmates, right? So I was doing that for some time, basically like recreating myself, like, you know, having some different experiences, doing some different things, trying to forget about that girl. You know, having this cold calling job, working on my sales skills. And I also was doing some approaching. Like I was going out, I was approaching women. And one thing that I did, and this is because of my experience of, you know, being in the cold approach world, the pickup world, I know the best way to go about it is to build up gradually, because you want to build a strong foundation in your character, right? So you can get these great results and maintain them. You don't want to like get lucky or just have a quick thing. You know what I mean? You want to build up the character that gets women, right? Build up this character that's in abundance. And so I built it up. I worked on my confidence. This sales, that job that I had, the cold calling, it was actually helping me build my character, because you have to call these people up, you know, and you get a lot of rejection, a lot of no's, and that builds toughness, right? That builds mental toughness, that builds groundedness, right? Because you're learning how to deal with rejection. You're learning how to deal with no and not letting it phase you, right? So having a job like that actually builds your character, whether you're making sales or not. Just learning how to handle no will make you more grounded in your masculinity. So that job was actually very helpful as far as like me reinventing myself, me like building up that masculine energy and grounding it. Okay. Then I was doing the delivery service, you know, it allowed me to, you know, you're going to be talking to different people, you know, going in different stores and stuff like that. Right. So that was kind of helping me get my social momentum going again, get my social calibration going again. And then I was going out, I was approaching women, I was hitting the clubs, you know what I mean? Because you want to start building this character, you know, and getting around women, right? And building up your energy, building up your vibes, right? Because you want to demonstrate attractive qualities to women, and women will, maybe you're not like having all your shit together, but if a woman sees you're moving up, like she sees you moving, she sees you in that masculine energy is grounded and it's moving forward, that's attractive, right? There's certain women that are attracted to that because they can see, oh, okay, this guy's going somewhere and he's going through these experiences, and she's seeing it as like a ride, you know what I mean? Like a woman is looking at you as, okay, what experiences can you give her? What experiences can you provide? What emotions can you give her? And so a man that's moving forward, creating a new version of himself, creating a new purpose, a new vision, and going after it, that's attractive. Okay, so I was doing that. I had my two jobs. I had a goal. Like I knew that I wanted to get back into entrepreneurship, but I was building up this foundation, right? And through these jobs, you know, that was how I was doing it. So I found a sales job, work on my marketing, work on my ability to deal with rejection, deal with no. And then I had this other job I was doing, which is a delivery job, which, you know, allowed you to put me in that entrepreneur vibe. You know, you don't really have a boss telling you what to do. You know, you're doing your thing. So I'm designing this attractive character, and then I'm hitting the clubs too. So I'm getting these experiences with women. You know, I'm hanging out with my boys. I'm having a good time. And what you start to do is like you start to create a new universe for yourself, a new kingdom, a new world. You know, you destroy that old identity that you had with that woman. That old identity needs to end because that relationship is over, and now it's time for you to create the new you. And so that's what I did. I focused on creating this new me. Started going out, having these experiences. Broke up with my girl like towards the beginning of the year. So spring break was coming out. I went to Miami, and I just beasted out, man. I had a great time. You know what I mean? We had an Airbnb. I went with my boys. We brought girls over to the after party. You know what I mean? We had a challenge to see who could, pull the most girls. Like, I had an amazing time, and I'm creating this new me with these great experiences, these good vibes, and it's attractive to women. So I was getting women during that time, and a lot of it, you notice I'm not really saying that I was trying to get women. I was focusing on creating this new attractive version of myself, right? When I was with that girl that I was with, I got complacent. I was like, oh, I'm getting sex consistently. You know what I mean? I got a cute girl, whatever. Things are pretty decent. You know what I mean? And as I said, she lost attraction, and things came to an end. So I learned from that mistake. I was like, okay, fuck that, man. I'm about to just beast out. I'm about to just evolve. I'm gonna become my best self. I'm gonna, you know what I mean? Like, just really go for it. And so that energy is attractive in general. It's attractive in general. Like, you want to get in that energy. Ask yourself, are you in that energy where you're falling in love with your life? Like, you're falling in love with creating the best version of yourself. You're falling in love with your purpose, with your goals, with your vision. Because when you do that, you're in your masculine energy. Like, understand, it's the yin and the yang. Okay? And the yin and the yang complement each other. But it can't be yin and yin. It can't be yang and yang. It's yin and yang. So you want to get into your masculine energy, your yang energy, and get into it and ground it. You ground it by having a purpose, by having a goal, by having a vision. So you're not moving all over the place like, oh, then you're over here, then you're doing this, then you're doing that. No, you're moving forward and you're moving upward. And so guess what? While you're moving upward, there's these women on the side that you're going to run into, right? Get around women. Like, if you're moving in your life, that's great, but get around women. Like, because I'm telling you, there's women out there that want to come for the ride, right? And you screen them. You make sure it's the right women. Don't get with some woman that's going to distract you or some woman that's going to bring negative energy. Screen these women. Like, go for the women that are going to complement what you're doing and support what you're doing and align with what you're doing. She's going to bring that yin energy and make things interesting, right? She's going to bring some ideas, some creativity. The women in my life, they support what I'm doing. They're not like bitching at me like, oh, so what, you teaching men how to get women? Those women that are saying that, I don't have to deal with them, right? There are some women that are going to try to fuck with you, and you don't have to deal with those women. When you're a man on his purpose and you know your values and you're clear on what you're doing and clear on the kind of women you want, women can feel that, right? And that's attractive because she doesn't want a guy that's going to break. She wants a strong man that's going somewhere. A strong man that's going somewhere in his life, and a strong man that values his purpose and will not switch his purpose to the woman. See, that was the mistake I made in my relationship. I had my goals, had my vision, I had my purpose, my way of being, and then when I got with that girl, I made her my purpose. I started focusing on her, putting my time into her, putting my energy into her. And if you've ever done this before, you notice that doesn't make the woman happy, because that just brings the situation into like a complacent like halt. What attracted her to you in the beginning was you were moving, you were going somewhere, so she was coming along for the ride. But then when you change your focus to her, then things just drop. You see what I'm saying? The energy goes down, and now she's not that attracted, and she'll say, oh yeah, just not feeling it anymore. Yeah, because the energy went down. The same vibe, the same attractive you that she met in the beginning is no longer there. If anything, you need to amplify and increase that. Don't get complacent and bring it down. See what I'm saying? Like, the me now, like if I got with that girl, it would be so much different but I had needed to have that experience. I needed to make those mistakes so I can learn from them. So it's not a bad thing when you lose a girl or whatever. Just learn from it. Learn from the experience, because there's something there for you to learn, and it will make you a better man. Don't be bitter. Don't blame it on her. Don't say she was a bitch and this and that. No, take responsibility. It's some things that you could have done better, right, in the situation, and just know that, right? You know what I mean? But that's in the past. Leave the past in the past and move on. Go on to the future and create the future that you want. So yeah, so the point is, like, just to summarize all what I said, you know, when you get out that relationship and you're going back into the dating world, you got to ask yourself, I'm going back into the dating world, what is my value? What do I have that a woman would want? Because I'm going to just be real with you. We're all seeking value, right? Like, if someone doesn't have any value, you have no reason to associate with them. Let's just be real here, right? So what is your value? A woman will get with you because you have some kind of value. Anytime you see a woman get with a guy, there's some value that he has that she's seeking. Maybe you don't get it. Maybe you don't think it's good value. But she does, and that's all that matters. See what I'm saying? So you have to know what your value is. A lot of times your value could just be your masculine energy and your purpose and your drive and your vision and your energy. That could be your value, you know, and your uniqueness and your authentic expression, your ability to express yourself authentically, your ability to stay grounded and handle tension and handle life and handle challenges, your ability to lead and not follow. Lead, be a leader, be a lion, be a beast, not a sheep, not a whatever, you know what I mean? So that can be what's attractive about you. So figure that out. You're creating a new version of yourself. That old you, leave it in the past. Don't bring that old you with you. Create this new version of yourself. Come out of that relationship as a beast. Use the pain, the anger, frustration, whatever emotion, use that to create this new powerful version of yourself. That's what I did. I came out of that relationship much more powerful, much more wiser, much more attractive. You know what I mean? And I just went for it. And you should upgrade. You should not end up with a girl less than that or the same level. You should upgrade. And you upgrade by you upgrading. You have to upgrade, and then you'll attract better women, right? And you have to have a way to meet women. Like, you have to figure that out. I use cold approach pickup. I literally go out and approach women, right? And I just demonstrate my value, which, as I said, it's literally my grounded masculinity, my authentic expression, and my ability to lead, okay? And then the bonus thing I would say is my archetype. That's something you want to work on too. That's like a bonus thing I talk about. I'll probably make a video solely on that. But you want to create an archetype that you fuck with, that you think is hot, that you think is sexy, okay, that you think is cool. I'm going to give this example where if there was a movie being recorded and you were in the movie and you saw yourself in the movie, would you think you are cool? Yes or no? If you don't think you look cool, if you don't think you're the shit, if you don't think you're the man, then create a version of yourself that's the shit. Create a version of yourself that's the man. Create your version of self that looks like a king, looks like a boss, looks like a whatever. Because that's what I did, literally. I designed myself to look how I think, what I think is cool, what I think is awesome, what I think is amazing, whatever. And then I have sense, right? Like, I'm able to say, okay, I don't want to look ridiculous, right? Like, I want to look cool to myself, but I also want to look cool to women too. Like, I'm not stupid. Like, I like women, bro. I want to get women. So why would I not want to look cool to women? So I want to look cool to myself, but I also want to look cool to women too. Okay? I'm not here to lie to myself and say, oh, I don't care about women. I do love women, bro. Okay? But it doesn't mean like I'm compromising or bending over for women or doing any weird shit, right? It just means I want to get women. And so I design a character that gets women, but gets women the way I want to get them, with the frame that I want, right? And in order to do this, you have to be strong, because women will test you to see. She's not going to submit to no pussy. She's not going to submit to no weak dude. It's not happening. You have to demonstrate strength. You have to demonstrate masculinity. You have to demonstrate groundedness. You have to demonstrate leadership. You have to demonstrate that you have a future. You have a vision. You know what you're doing, so she can follow your lead and trust your lead. She's not going to trust your lead if you don't make no sense. if you don't, she's not getting you, she has to get you. You need to have great communication. You need to be able to communicate your ideas, communicate your thoughts, your feelings, so she can communicate hers, right? She's a reflection of you, right? If you want certain things from her, you have to demonstrate it first. If you want her to be real with you, you got to be real with her. You know, if you want her to be the type of woman that's going to level up in life, you have to be leveling up in life. You have to lead by example. All right, so that's the thing, man. You coming out of a relationship, you got to go into beast mode, bro. You got to start creating the new version of yourself, the new sexy beast version of yourself, whatever that is for you, okay? And just go at it, man. Just go all out, you know? Find your purpose, find your goals, find your visions, right? Don't make the woman your purpose. Like, I'm not one of them dudes that's saying go out and spend your whole life approaching women. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying it's a great skill to have, a great ability to have, and actually makes you feel masculine when you can do it. When you can go walk up to a woman and express yourself authentically, you feel like a man. Whether she accepts it or not, you feel like a man because you're being a man. When you approach a woman, here's what you want to do. You want to go in as a man and leave as a man. Don't say go in and I have to get the girl. That's a different mentality. That's a say the right thing and I got to do the right thing and manipulate her. No, you go in as a man and you leave as a man. You go in, you state your intentions, you say what you want to say, you do what you want to do. If she's with it, if she's vibing with it, if she's aligned with it, she'll get with it. But if she's not, then she won't. And you got to be okay with that. Knowing there's other women out there. There's abundance of women in this world, right? There's not a scarcity of women. But mentally, you have to get that. You have to understand that every time I approach a woman, I literally understand this is not the only woman in the world. So whatever happens here doesn't really matter, you know, because there's going to be other women. And so that's, I don't get tricked into like this fantasy or this illusion of, oh, she's so beautiful, oh, I would do anything for her. No. Like they don't even respond to that, right? Like even if you thought that would work, try it. It doesn't work. You you put a woman on a pedestal and there's no qualification of why you're doing that. She just sees you as like a peasant, bruh. She sees you as like an ant or a fly. Like, what is this dude? She sees you as a commoner, an average dude. That's not gonna work, bro. You have to see yourself as a king who's looking for his queen. That's the frame. Carry that frame for the rest of your life. I am a king looking for my queen. Do you measure up to be my queen? That is the frame. Once you can get into this mentality, bro, your game changes. You don't even have to worry about what you say because you'll say the right things if you have the right frame. If you see yourself the right way. Okay? All right, brother. So before I end this video, I want to invite you, okay, go ahead, you know, take this information. You can use it, you can apply it. But I want you to know that I do have a program. It's called the Sexy Beast Program, where I literally work with you one-on-one to turn you into a sexy beast, turn you into the best version of yourself, the most attractive version of yourself, the sexiest version of yourself, the version of yourself that you are proud of, right? The version of yourself where you could walk with your chest up, walk with your head high, because you're living a life that you can love, a life that you can love. Like you want to love yourself and love your life. Once you love yourself and you love your life, then you can truly go out and love a woman. If you don't love yourself and love your life and love your future and love your purpose and love what you're doing and you can't wait to wake up, you can't truly love a woman. You can't truly love a woman until you love yourself. And I'm telling you, once you get to this point where you truly love yourself and you love your life, you will naturally become attractive, not just to women, but men too. Not that men's gonna wanna have sex with you, but they're gonna think you're cool as fuck. They're gonna wanna be around you. They're gonna wanna have conversation. They're gonna invite you places. Because you're a cool dude, man. You have good energy. You have good vibes. And women can see that very well and they can feel that. That's the difference. Not only can they see it, they can feel it. They can feel it way more than a man can. They're way more in tune with their emotions, right? Biologically. And so that's why it's hard to trick women. That's why it's hard to put up a facade and you're not going to get the woman by pretending to be shit. All right. So I have this program. It's called the Sexy Beast Program. I'm going to get you to a point where you can attract high caliber women by being grounded in your masculinity, having the ability to express yourself authentically, and the ability to lead in your life, lead towards your goals, lead towards your purpose, lead towards your vision, lead towards your future, and lead women, right? In your masculine energy. And it's attractive. Once you get these three things handled, you become attractive, period. And then the more attractive you want to become, like let's say you get to a point where you're getting some women, but you want higher quality women, you raise these areas. And I'll show you how to do it in the program. It's a Sexy Beast program. It's $500. Okay, it's a 3-month program. We're working together one-on-one, and I'm turning you into a sexy beast. Okay, all I need from you is 110% commitment. Okay, literally the question I ask is, how committed are you from a scale of 1 to 10? It has to be a 10, or else it's not gonna happen. That's how I changed my life. My commitment level was very high. I said, I'm done with this shit. I'm done with being below my potential. I'm done with underachieving in my dating life. I'm done with looking in the mirror and not being happy. I'm done with the bullshit, bro. I had to do something about it. So I designed this program for the man that wants to do something about it and wants to work together, right? You don't have to go at this shit on your own. You can, and that's why I give you the information. You can go and take it and use it. But if you want to move faster, like, I'm just going to be real with you. If we work together, it's going to move faster, because literally I'm ahead of the game, right? Meaning whatever you're trying to achieve, I've already done it. And I've literally designed a process, and now I'm teaching it. You see what I'm saying? So literally you can speed up the process in the sense that you'll have proper guidance, right? I had to do the trial and error. It took me over 9 years to figure this shit out, okay? Because I didn't have proper guidance. I didn't really have someone in my corner telling me what to do. Hey, just do this. This is how it goes, whatever. Somebody holding me accountable. Accountability is like a key thing. Being able to consistently move towards your goals, it's not easy to do on your own. So if you're interested, hit me up. I'm looking for 2 more men for this program, the Sexy Beast program, at $500. After 2 people sign up, I'm going to raise the price, right? I'm going to raise the price, because to be honest with you, this program is priceless, right? $500 is, you know, it's just me doing this because this group is just beginning, right? I just created this group. I think we're at, well, 120 members. It's growing very fast, but I want the people who got in early to get a deal, right? So it's only $500, but I'm telling you, I'm gonna raise the price. So get in if you're serious, if you're committed, you want to change your life in regards to your dating life, and just as a man in general, you want to become the best version of yourself. Don't hesitate, bro. Just make it happen. Just make the decision. All right, see y'all in the next video. Peace.